Yes, people, Man United agenda, and yeah, it's 6 o'clock. We've had some time to sort of calm down a little bit. It was a 12:30 kickoff, but we lost at Everton. So here with Mr. B, we're going to discuss and go through all the details. Yes, Man United agenda. We are back. We are back. Yes, we've had a watch along today, and that must be miserable. I don't know if everyone watched the game today, but yes, we were live 12:30 against Everton. Big game. They're fighting relegation. We're trying to get in the top four, and the result was we lost 1-0. Mr. B, you weren't on the watch along today, but you managed to watch the game, I take it.
Yeah, I watched. Yeah, I did manage to watch all of the game. In all fairness, I'm very glad I wasn't on the watch along. I feel that I maybe would have been a little bit more animated than normal today. But yeah, it thinking about it now Monday and having the time to assess it, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. We'll go on to various bits, but it wasn't a surprise to me. As much as it hurts, it wasn't a surprise to me.
But to be honest, I don't think anybody picked us to lose. We've had the build up. We do the preview show, and we all gave our scoreline. You were in the Friday night takeaway last night. You must have been confident last night about the game.
We didn't mention the game. We didn't. I realised when we came off the show that we didn't mention the game at all. But yeah, I would have made myself look silly because I wouldn't have said we were going to lose.
So the fact that you didn't mention the game, is that because you didn't envision there'd be problems?
Yeah, I just maybe not expected it to be a walk in the park, but you do expect Man United to beat Everton on their form. But again, I said they've left their guts at home in their houses and they've come gutless. So it's not a surprise with the result, brother. It's not a surprise, man.
Just want to say to the comments here, we've got TalkMU in the house. Talk, how you doing, man? I mean, you did the watch along today. Yeah, it's really disappointed. I'm just as disappointed as you. But the good news is that Arsenal lost 2-0 at home to Brighton. And you did say, of course, you did say, I do recall you saying that Arsenal will bottle it. And you're proven to be right. And you're saying top four is still on. And we must show fight and spirit. Two things we didn't show today. We were begging for that. But yeah. And bath time was on with us last night. And bath time, SHAH asked him what he's going to do to watch the game. Bath time said he's going to go have a few drinks and watch the game and see how it goes. So I thought bath time be out in the sun. It's a lovely day today and enjoying the weather and enjoying the game. But he said, "I'm so mad, lads. I was meant to be daytime drinking and dancing, and now I'm back home in my pants eating ice cream." He said. And also he said, the intro with Ollie at the wheel with Champions League logo needs to be changed. Yes, we do. We will change that ASAP. Patrick saying, I did say on Monday we were going to lose. Oh, you did you? I don't recall that. I would have been shocked. I would have reacted to that if you would have said that. And bedtime saying, bedtime. It's bedtime now. Only bright spot isn't Arsenal losing. It's Juan Mata showing that he should have played. Yeah. Just to shout out bath time or bedtime. He did mention yesterday, he gave a great speech about the side, and he mentioned that Mata's been really let down by Man United. He's a quality player, and he should have had a lot more games for us, even up until recently. So I do agree with him there. So first of all, what's the first item we're going to discuss about this dreadful day? It's going to be the lineup. So obviously we do solos 1 to 11. I don't know if you saw that, Mr. B, but do you want me to go through the lineup quickly and just see how we shaped up?
Yeah.
So obviously we start with De Gea in goal. Any issues to that?
No. I would have started De Gea.
Left back was Telles because Shaw was out, so that was a given.
And
Varane's out, of course. He's injured again. Maybe you want to talk about that. And he's so it's Lindelof and Maguire partnered each other. And 2 talking points. So Varane was out, and right back is Wan-Bissaka. Now, Dallow's been playing games. I don't know who's the first choice man, but Wan-Bissaka played today. All I want to know from you, Mr. B, Varane is injury proneness. We don't really get that settled side. And Wan-Bissaka's choice. Talk to me.
Okay, well, I'll go with Wan-Bissaka's choice first. Wan-Bissaka's proved this season that he shouldn't be playing, that he shouldn't be starting. in any game of any form of importance. I think he's been shocking. He passes the halfway line and he does nothing. We need to remember he's a failed winger. Wingers do wing things. He's a failed winger and he can't do wing things. So when he goes past the halfway line, I intended to be nothing happening. If you look at the game, all of our attacks were down the left. Why? Because Wan-Bissaka's on the right and nothing starts building up from him. They don't trust him with the football. Defending wise, yes, we call him Spider-Man and he was doing his normal falling on the floor with his legs flailing but he was winning the ball. But I'm sick of seeing my defenders doing that now. You know, it's about defenders being in a position or being close enough so that when they make the tackle, they're still on their feet and can pass the ball away, you know. So Wan-Bissaka starting, I still don't understand it. As bad as Telles plays sometimes, I still think Telles should be starting over Wan-Bissaka. The Varane one.
Dallo.
Sorry, Dallo. The Varane one, we've been sold a pup, bruv. We've been sold a pup. Real Madrid didn't moan when Varane was leaving, and we all thought, oh my God, we've got a coup. We've got Varane. We've got what we call Champions League Varane, we were calling him. Bruv, he's left his Champions League status in Madrid because he played more than 4 games in a row for the whole season. I don't think he's played more than 4 or 5 games in a row. You know, so how can we build? We've got another Bailly who's on more money than Bailly.
Woo.
You know, so look, we can't build it. We already knew we needed an improvement on Lindelof or Maguire beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And Wan-Bissaka wasn't good enough. And now guess what we did today? We played with Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, and Maguire.
So it's funny you're saying that like Varane is like the runt in the litter. So when there's always a little pup that comes out, has always got a disability or a bit crooked, you know.
Yeah,
and that's Varane at the moment. That's a good one.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Monday we have bought a Rolls Royce and he doesn't have no working parts, man. It's like we've got a waxwork.
Oh God. It's like we bought a Rolls Royce and taken it over to Nigeria, where there is no Rolls Royce parts place, and we had to fit in with dodgy parts and get old Kunle to fit the parts. You know, it's really bad. You know.
Oh God.
To the factory, yeah, it's really. I totally agree with you, Mr. B. I think not having that consistency of someone playing, a centre back pairing, playing over and over again and getting that familiarity is an issue. And that's why you can say maybe we're conceding goals or we just not got that balance, you know, and we're not consistent. The one thing that Ralph was saying, we haven't been consistent. And I think the defence is the most important area of the team, you know, because you need to be solid there. You need to have that sort of balance. And we haven't had that. We can't. I mean, I think we need to get someone in or a consistent back line like we did in 99, like we did in 08. A consistent back line that we can rely on and fall back on, and we don't have to worry about stupid goals conceding, you know. But as for Wan-Bissaka, I did pick him. I did want him to play yesterday when we picked the side yesterday. I think Bath Time mentioned that as well. And the reason I said that, because I think you need that rotation. I thought it was a good opportunity for him to get the game. I thought Everton in that close, small pitch with their hard running and being in the bottom league, obviously they're lacking quality. I thought he'd be suited to it. And I thought he did play okay in patches. But obviously, we're going to get on to the goal and other issues where I felt that it's all right playing well, but when we're conceding goals and losing 3 points, you have to sort of do an inquest. And I did do an inquest, and we'll talk about it later. So they're coming on to midfield. Obviously, McTominay's out. Do you think McTominay's got injury problems? That's my question to you. And secondly, we had Fred and Matic in midfield. I'm not going to include Bruno because he was beyond. He was way ahead. It was like, you know... he's not part of the team, you know, that kind of thing. He wasn't part of the midfield. So Matic and Fred played today. No McTominay. Do you think McTominay's got any injury issues? Because he seems to get injured quite a bit. And how do you think the two of them started? Do you think that was a good?
Matic and Fred, I would have picked Matic to start today, just because of what we haven't got. We're very lacking in central midfield anyway. To lose Fred, I think is really important for us. And I hate to say it, but Paul Pogba is checked out. Paul Pogba checked out maybe 3 or 4 months ago. He's doing nothing other than strolling around the pitch. So I wouldn't be starting Pogba for the rest of the season. But with Fred being out now with was it a hip flexor injury?
It could be long term.
That could be the whole season. So you're then looking at Matic, who played okay today. First, yeah, Matic played okay today. He wasn't great. He wasn't exceptional. He just did a Matic job. But when Pogba came into the side next to him, it was at least Fred runs. At least Fred makes the effort to close down. Pogba, he has no interest in playing for the club on Monday. My opinion, and he
So
shouldn't
what
be
about
anywhere near the starting lineup.
with his injuries? Because we've got Bartine saying here that McTominay, I think, was rushed back for the City Atletico games, hasn't looked fit or played more than an hour since
Well,
then.
I mean, and that's it. I think with McTominay, he's one of those players, a la Rashford, who will play for the club through injury and sacrifice their own well-being for the sake of the team. And I think that's probably taken its toll on him. And again, is that mismanagement? Is that all right? We understand we needed him for the Atletico game, but we spoke in January, and I do get why players weren't bought, not even on a loan. I get it because nobody knew who our manager was. So at the time, I was probably a bit more ignorant to it, but I do understand the point that you made. I think it was Solo made at the time as well. But also, I did feel if we didn't get anybody else in, it was going to cost us. Now you're looking at what do we have left on Monday, really? And our central midfield if Fred isn't there.
Well, yeah, that's the big. We're going to come on to Fred in a minute, but in the next segment. But so that's the midfield. That I suppose you're saying that's all we could have started with. That was the best.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's the best we could have started with.
Because you've already said Pogba's walked.
Yeah, he's done, bro. It burns. It burns. Okay. But you could see, I mean, he strolled around the pitch with a sort of languid style anyway. Now, I don't even think he wants to get his shorts dirty. Well, to tell a lie, he does want to get his shorts dirty because he made a foul. He did a foul at one stage in the game to pick up a yellow card. So, all right, maybe.
Before we go on to the forwards, and I'm including Bruno in the forwards because that's what he plays as these days. I just want to say to all to the guys, TalkMU, bath time. Just going to go through a couple of comments here because they chat. Here's the bright spot from against the Arsenal losing was not the only bright spot. Says by bedtime or bath time. Everyone, Juan Mata looked good and he should be playing. But Talk is saying it's a terrible display by us, but we're still in the race. The next game we can spark.
What race are we in? Please tell me what race we're in, bruv. Come on, man.
They're dropping points. I mean, Tottenham are playing now. If they drop points, then nothing's changed. We just go on next week.
They're not going to drop points. We're relying on all of these other teams now. I'm on there. Arsenal have been losing, and we still can't pass them. They're going to lose from now to the end of the season. We're not going to pass them. Why? Because we're not going to win a game. You understand? We've had the carrots dangling. We've had the panties dripping for us to and we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere on Monday. You know what I mean?
You're convincing me. I'm starting to agree with you, Mr. B. This here's an interesting point about Mata. So this is Mata, not Matic. Mata's average running stats is 12.3 kilometers per hour. The average for a midfielder is 11. So he needs to play 4. And I think Bath Time can always evidence his points like brilliantly like now. So he's doing a lot of running. He's moving around the pitch. He doesn't stop moving. He's buzzing around and always demanding the ball. And he's got such quality on the ball as well, Mata. But we're going to come on to him. Patrick saying, unfortunately, Ralph couldn't inspire Orange to peel itself. Thank you. McTominay, this is for McTominay's rushed back. We just spoke about that. I want to say hi to Brush as well. Brush is in the house. He said, we had a full week off and Everton played midweek too. This is disgraceful. And can only nod in agreement.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. And Anthony Herbert saying hi to us too. Hi to you, Anthony. Good friend of ours. And Ole saying, hi, Ole, how you doing? Said, hello, guys. Player made it clear today they don't want Ten Hag. What's this United investigating smashing up an Everton fan phone? I don't know anything about that, to be honest. Brush again is saying it doesn't matter what lineup we had today. Should be doing better against a team that's conceded 8 goals in the last 2 games. That sounds like Arsenal. Brush is also saying, forget the race talk. I'm just looking for a solid 90 minutes. Bath Time saying we are not in the top 4 race. We're in the top 7 race. Andy Herbert saying, lads, Tottenham getting fourth. I hate to say it. Hi, Saragon. How you doing? He says, I hate those plucky Spurs. Will finish fourth. I hate those plucky Spurs. Those pluckers, sorry. Spurs will finish fourth. Career on the line for a lot of players. They've checked out. That's a very good point. It's only because minutes. Sorry, that's only because he hasn't played any minutes over the season. Mata is crap, he says. When did Chelsea sell him? I disagree. I think Mata's a class player. And talking, he's saying, final one here. I called the subs before half time, but they couldn't make the impact we needed. Okay, last two plays. So the lineup, obviously, we got Elanga on the bench. We got Hannibal didn't play. We've got other youth players. I think it was suitable. The last three, we had Rashford, we had Sancho, we had Bruno and Ronaldo. Anything wrong with that? Would you have changed that at all?
No, that's what I would have played. I always say I'm an advocate. As bad as Rashford is, I think certain games he needs to play. I mean, he had a couple of chances earlier on, which on another day maybe either one of those could have gone in. But I think we've got too much Mavericks in the team at the moment. Bruno is the biggest Maverick of them all. I don't understand what instruction he tends to follow or wants to follow. The role that he played in today was very strange in regards to it was nowhere where it should have been. Rashford started well, but I'll be honest, Sancho on the left. Now, if Rashford can't get in on the right or up front, I don't see how Rashford gets into that team because Sancho on the left is so much better than he is. So much better than he is. When then Ronaldo up front, we couldn't have played anybody else because obviously we've got Cavani nursing another injury. Yeah. What did you think about that starting on Monday?
No, I've got no issue with the starting lineup. I think I would have picked Pogba to play in the midfield, but obviously,
but to start instead of
yes, I would have started Pogba. I know
instead of Fred.
Instead of Fred, yeah, instead of Fred. That's just me. That's the way I want football to be played.
Okay, so seeing how Pogba played when he came on,
yeah,
do you still think that he should be starting ahead of Fred?
Yeah, because when we were in the final third, trying to press them and trying to break them down, he's the one who played it into feet and getting the return.
Okay, so where's the weakness in our team? Defensively,
the weakness is the whole team, the whole harmony of everything is that's the weakness, I think.
Okay, so you don't feel that we've got an issue in defense, and defense might need a little bit. No, really?
No, I don't think so. No, I think the weakness is the whole team, the harmony of everything, the whole thing combined. Yeah, collective. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Going to go on now to the next point. What we're going to discuss here, and it's like the start. So we've got the starting lineup. I thought we started the first 20 minutes pretty well, decent. We had a good chance. I'm just going to go through it now. Rashford, after 5 minutes, these are my notes. Rashford, first time pop off. This is on the left hand side. He's playing first time pop off to Telles. I had to write that down because I thought, wow, that's good. Ball came to your feet. You played the first time ball into Telles' feet. It might sound simple, but it's something I think Rashford struggled to do. The simple game, and I thought I applauded him for that. After 7 minutes, again, nice interplay. Harry Maguire to Rashford to Telles, which led to a foul, which I thought, it was really nice play. The free kick, Bruno. So from that foul, the free kick, Bruno played it. There was obviously a worked free kick. Harry peeled off, went to the back post. Bruno played it all the way to the back post. Harry got a header over, and I think the man of the match guy, who was it? Ex-Leeds player, ex-City player. He cleared it. Delph, yeah, he cleared it out. Didn't do a good clearance, and Rashford had a shot, which is pretty decent, but right sort of height for the keeper. And the keeper saved it. Pretty good save, and that was a good move. That's a good chance. This was what, the 7th minute? On the 11th minute, we built the ball down the left. Bruno had a cross from the byline. Rashford's header, do you remember this one? Headed it down. Yeah. But I felt Rashford didn't anticipate the spinning the ball. He could have just stood there, like, admiring his work. I think if he was a real predator, he would have gone, headed it, and went again, and maybe got the rebound. And that was good play by Bruno and Ronnie. In the build-up to that chance. Fred intercepted the ball, as he usually does, in there, sort of trying to press them while they're coming out in their half, intercepted the ball, which led to Ronaldo having a block shot from Michael Keane. That was in their penalty area. And Wan-Bissaka made a good recovery tackle and distributed the ball to Sancho. I applauded that. And then we went on the 26 minutes, and that was the goal. So I thought the first 20 minutes, we were sort of there's 3 or 4 or 5 things I've detailed, which I felt, okay, this is a good start. We've had Rashford header. We've had the Ronaldo shot that was saved. A few things that really were quite promising to me. So what do you think about the first 20 minutes? Don't just current, but just overall, what do you think about what happened in the first 20 minutes?
I was happy. I thought that we were showing drive. The fact that obviously, you know, me and my love affair with Rashford, the fact that he had the 2 chances, it filled me with, okay, then he's on it, they're on it. They've come out there with their game heads on. I mean, I was expecting it to have been the other way around, where Everton came out at 1,000 miles an hour, and we probably would have had to be defending, maybe not defending for our lives, but had less of the football, had less creative opportunities, chances to create. We created chances. Pickford made a couple of, say they were super saves, but he made saves that you would expect your goalie to make. But after that, it was Man United again. It was Man United and Ralph.
So 20 minutes have gone by. We're sort of, I think we were talking on the show yesterday that we felt that Everton had it all to do. There was a rousing speech after the Burnley defeat from Lampard saying, you know, which the fans should have got behind. And I think they performed well enough, but I don't think they came out in the first 20 minutes and bossed us. We kind of had those chances and really bossed them. We were looking good at that point. But obviously, at the 26 minutes, they scored a goal. And we're going to go on to that now. Could you pop up the thing for the goal before we do? So we're going to talk about the goal now after 26 minutes, after a good start. Guys, in the comments, do you think we had a good start? And if you are watching in the comments, press the like button while you're at it. So I'm just going to put some... let's just go through a couple comments here. Matter in his prime, we got the best. We would have got the best out of him. Saying Brush, we Boxer saying he'd play some under 23s players. Playing senior.
The thing with that Box, I'll be honest. They've had a good season, the under 23s. They've got a cup final coming. I wouldn't want to taint themselves with the brush of this first team. Keep them away. So is it the under 8? No, man.
I think it's the under 18s.
Oh shit. Okay then. Well, if that's the case, then fine, and I've made a mistake, fine. But I'm still not playing none of those players to get tarnished with the bullshit that them senior fuckers are putting out to them at the moment. Leave them away. Keep them away from all of the shit, apart from maybe the last game of the season or the last home game of the season when we've got absolutely nothing to play for. They can go out there and just play in front of Old Trafford for them to get used to that sort of full crowd atmosphere. Because guaranteed, even if we lose from now to the end of the season, the stadium's going to be rammed. You know what I mean?
So I'm going to say, drop Rashford next game and play Garnacho, the left-footed guys.
Yeah, the Argentinian.
Yeah. He's saying our squad is among the highest paid in the UK and Europe. He said, "What do you think about Garnacho? Do you think that's a good call? Because we were struggling for forwards today."
No, I don't think he should play any of them. We're not getting top 4. So what are we chasing for? Wolves aren't going to get 8th. So 7th is probably 6th or 7th is probably where we're going to finish. To me, keep them away. Keep them away until next season. Keep them away until the new manager's been announced. You know what I mean?
So, Bath Times agreeing you said, I'm not sure about putting the kids in this atmosphere Box. And so you're on the same page there. Bruno's position is out of control. You can't just have 2 in midfield. It's a very good point. Brush is saying the kids would be allowed to the slaughter. Agree with you, Mr. B, in this current situation. But I do understand the thing. Might as well plan for the future instead of having likes of Lingard on the bench, who's gonna.
Even that. I've got to ask you on Monday.
Yeah.
Why the fuck have we got Lingard on the bench plus 2 goalkeepers? Please tell me. We had 2 goalies on the bench today again.
Yeah, I don't. You know what? I didn't even check the bench, but I would like to see. I know Hannibal's been on the verge of the bench, really, and he's on the cusp of getting in the first team.
Well,
I believe.
When is he going to play? When Ralph came in, what did Ralph say when he came in? Oh, he's seen this player. We were all getting all hyped about it. Oh, great. He hasn't seen a kick in the bloody first team.
Yeah. I think for me, regarding this topic here, we're talking about playing the youngsters. I would. There are certain players. I mean, Ollie did it last year, and Ollie's going to get no credit for that. Maybe in hindsight, he played 3 or 4 players. We first time we saw Shorteri and Ilanga. Ilanga scored a nice header, I think, closing of last season. He brought in quite a few guys, and then early this season, I think Fish played a game. A few others, so it's good for them. And obviously, we had Zidane, Iqbal, and Charlie Savage play a game. They came on against Young Boys, I believe it was. Who was managing that Young Boys game? I can't remember. But a lot of Young Boys played, and then we got Ahmad as well. He's played, so it gives them confidence, I think. And I think now's the time to really sort of think about it, because we are short. As you said, we didn't buy anyone in January. We are pretty short out here. Just a comment here. 20 minutes effort is not enough. We need to purge, sell the leakers, get rid of viruses. I thought you said Varane there for a minute. Here's Brush just responding to your point there. I will never understand having 2 keepers on the bench. I agree with that.
Makes no sense to me.
And here we go. I'd definitely start Mata, Matic, and maybe Lingard. Jones, old head, who would have composure, who have composure on a football. I hope you're not referring to Jones.
He is. I think he is. I'm not accepting Jones. Mata. I'll be honest. Right now, I don't give a shit who plays or who starts. I'll be honest, because they're going to be putting in the same bullshit fucking performances. So it doesn't matter who plays and who starts. Right now, there's a culture at the club where they just do not give a shit.
All right, guys, in the comments, we're coming on to the goal now. Let's get this goal spoken about, because I'm going to say this now. I'm sorry, Mr. B. I might be talking for a bit.
Yeah, go on.
I promise everyone. I've been doing my homework, and with this one. So obviously the goal goes in, and obviously everyone's watching the game. Everyone's got their own story about what happened when they're watching the game. And then when you work for the Man United agenda, we've got a little group chat, and we have little conversations in there, bit of banter, a bit back and forth. And what happens is, I think Harry Maguire gets a lot of stick. And Rebel, the Irishman, he was saying how it was Harry Maguire's fault, and he leaked that out, and it became infectious. And then everyone else in the family of this great platform we have started jumping on it. The first Spurs fans, everyone else, say, yeah, it's Harry Maguire's fault. Why? Because it was an own goal. Now, I disagreed with him. I didn't have time to really assess it, but the more they went on, I started to think, well, did he make a mistake? Was it his fault? But I've had time now to assess the goal, look at the goal. I just want to go through it. And just call out. I'm not calling out names or anything. I'm just going to go through how we conceded the goal today. Okay. Phase 1 for me. Matic is in the midfield. The ball's played to him, and he gets pinched by 2 Everton players just inside the Everton half. Okay. So he gets pinched. At this point, Wan-Bissaka is too far forward. I don't know why. He's ahead of Matic. The ball. Now, Matic is in an area where he wouldn't be able to spray the ball to him, but he's ahead of Matic, and then in between him, you've got Richarlison, and then the centre back, which is Lindelof. So I think, well, if you've got good recovery pace, it doesn't matter. Your starting position should be as close as possible to the centre back, because the ball's over the left-hand side. So anyway, that's the issue. So Wan-Bissaka, Matic gets pinched, gives the ball away. That's fine. That happens sometimes, okay? And Wan-Bissaka's too far forward. And Gordon now has got time, where he pinched the ball from Matic. He's got time to play the ball in between that huge space where it shouldn't be. Back four should be as close as possible, and tucked in as close as possible. There's huge space in between the centre back and the right back, who's far forward, even though he's trying to retract back. And Richarlison had a ball played to him. Phase 2, we were lucky that Richarlison didn't get the first touch on that ball. The ball went just past him, and it allowed for Man United to get back and now communicate and get in shape. So that's okay. Phase 3, Richarlison now is down at the edge of the penalty area. He's got time now to square up the Wan-Bissaka, who's got back, rightly so. He should have got back. And he squares him up. And now Fred has come back, because the left back has done an overlapping run. Fred has come back, done the right thing to sort of track the man who's doing the overlap. So it's 2-on-2 in that corner. But obviously, Ricardo, you know what he's going to do. He's going to act like he's going left and cut to his right foot. I don't know why it always gets people. You know, it's not going to happen. I would show him down the right, you know. Anyway, so it's 2-on-2. I'm happy with that. By this point, I think everyone should be organising. But Bruno's still tracking back. And Matic, who gave the ball away already, is back in. He got back in. Phase 4, Richarlison lifts his head up and plays a ball to Iwobi, who's now inside the box, but no one's picking him up. So it's an issue here between Lindelof and Matic. They should have got in front of him or something, or picked him up or got closer. So the ball's played into the area by Richarlison's got his head up, played it into Iwobi's feet. And unfortunately, so Matic got there, tried to challenge him a bit late, and the ball's deflected outside the box. Now, the ball's got deflection outside the box from Iwobi to Gordon, who's outside the box now, who started the move. And Bruno, who tracked back as well, now is looking at the ball and didn't keep an eye on Gordon, who was behind him. He's blinded by him. So he's in a blind spot. And at this point, there's 6 Everton players and 7 Man United players. So you think it should be, deal with this, you know? So Bruno failed to anticipate there's a spare man there. Granted, it got deflected off him. You don't anticipate that, really. At this point, there's 6 against 7, granted. Bruno tries to block the shot now. And so he's realised the ball's played out. There's Gordon. So Bruno comes over and he gives it his best effort to try and close down the ball. He didn't get a touch on it. The shot's gone through. At this point, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with Harry Maguire or the line. The line is 4 of them all together. But the issue is the midfielders. You've got Fred, who's tried to track the left-back overlap. You got Matic, who's come back and then tried to close down Iwobi, and you got Bruno, who also tried to close down the shot. So there's 3 midfielders who are really out of the game, in my opinion, because they're not looking at the runners coming through. There should be some communication or something there. But as for the 2 centre backs, if anything, Lindelof could have communicated or come out, rushed out early. But you don't rush out, as we saw the other day with Arsenal's goal with Gabriel. He tried to rush out, anticipate the ball, and then because the bars had dropped too deep, he tried to rush out, anticipate the ball, didn't get there first, and then that opened up and they came in and scored. That was the Arsenal game. I don't know if you guys have seen that. So now, my analysis of the whole thing is the defence and everyone else got only seconds to engage now because it's been a deflected ball out to Gordon, and they tried to push up as a line, which they did. And one good thing, I think Harry Maguire, he didn't turn his back where the ball deflected off him, where they stood up tall. And that's, I say, well, fair play to you. You could take it in the face. Good for you. So Matic, here's my issue. Matic got pinched originally up the field. You could point things at him for that.
Your boy.
Yeah. Wan-Bissaka allowing himself to get too far forward. Poor positioning. I mean, did
you want him to start as well?
Well, there you go.
Your boy.
Third point is, once back, Lindelof and Mata did not get tight to Iwobi because he was the only man the ball was really going to go to. Matic, sorry. Yeah, beg your pardon, Matic, not Mata. Bruno was not aware of the spare man behind him. And unfortunately it was an unfortunate deflection to Gordon and an unfortunate deflection off Maguire. I don't see an issue. It's easy to point fingers at Maguire, but if you really break down the goal, it's unfortunate, I would say, overall. Maguire is free from blame. People lose the ball. They got back, but unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. I would, if I'm going to point fingers at someone, I would say Wan-Bissaka, stop, because it could have been a lot worse. I think Wan-Bissaka was in that position. And I also think Matic, giving the ball away, those are the 2 guys I would look at first. And there's other issues as well, but not Maguire. So I don't think the goal's got anything to do with Maguire, but it's so easy for people these days to say it's Maguire and that people just go jump on the bandwagon and say that. That's all I'm going to say about it. That's my analysis. I don't know what you guys think in the comments, but Mr. B, what do you think about that?
I'm not going so deep. I would have played Maguire just because I would have played Maguire. But your explanation and actually looking back on Rebels sent a couple of steals in. Obviously, you did. I'm looking at the defensive midfield. I'm looking at players like Bruno who have no defensive responsibility at all. I don't think you can't play a game 11v11 with one free spirit. He plays where he wants to play. And then when you bring Pogba on, you've got 2 players who do what they want. Plus Matic in midfield who has no legs. As much as you say he can still play, you have to admit he is slow across the ground. His positioning may well be right, but if he can't physically get to the position where he wants to get to, there's an issue. So we played the game virtually with no central midfielders in the second half after Fred came off.
Yeah. I just want to go through a couple of comments about this goal now, because very interesting here. So here, this is a good one from Bath Time. He's saying 3 in midfield and we don't concede that goal, or don't concede possession at the start, and Bruno cuts out the pass to Iwobi. Very good point. I'm on the same page. I agree with you there. Box is saying Man United have the least amount of footballing sense, common sense. Now, IQ in a whole. Box, man, I love having you on the channel. Talk a lot of sense. Bath Time saying there's a concept called rest in defence, which Liverpool and City use. It's a structure for counter press, and it needs 3 in the centre to do it. We can't win a league with 2 midfielders anymore. Brilliant. I mean, that's so true. I totally agree with you about the two midfielders. It doesn't work, and Bruno's cheating. Sorry, I'm getting vexed now, but I think Bruno's cheating. Bath Times now haven't got the manager says it's sackable fence for me to be overloaded in the centre of the park, and Radic lets it happen every game.
Can I what I will say to that is, you know what? I don't blame Ranić. I'll be honest. I know our results. Our results under Ranić last few games: 3 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses, and knocked out of 2 cups. Yeah. My thing is, our weekly wage, the team who played today cost £6.8 million. That's how much we paid them this week. Yeah, 6.8 million is what they're picking up. Yeah, that's what they're picking up. So I don't want to hear nothing about these players. Don't care. I don't think. Honestly, Ranić may well not be the greatest coach. He's probably not. He's an overseer. You know what I mean? He builds things.
Yeah.
So for him, these players, I said it when he came in, because he wasn't given a new contract and they knew he was here for 6 months, they didn't give a shit. They're still going to get paid their basic salary. Forget about win bonus, because I don't think they want their win bonus the way they're playing. So their basic salary is a wedge. Their appearance money is a wedge. It doesn't matter if they win. They don't care if they win because they've been paid enough money. There's no hunger in the squad. You've got a manager who's come in, and all you heard was they didn't want to do this under him. There was too much running. There's too much stuff. There was always too much of something. So now when the shit hits the fan, everybody's going to be, it's Ten Hag's fault. It's Ten Hag's fault. When these motherfucking players have been throwing managers under the bus since LVG. They need to take a look at themselves, and I don't think they're doing that. It's always everybody else's fault. Look at the games. Everton have won 2 games in their last 7 or their last 9 games. We can't be losing to Everton.
Yeah,
it's a joke, bruv. It's not even a funny joke.
Yeah. No one saw it coming. Apart from Patrick, no one saw this coming. Just say hi to Tyrone Williams, man. Big up, man, Tyrone. Hope everything's blessed for you and your family. He says, if Maguire doesn't turn his back, the deflection doesn't go in. I need to check it again. I don't think Maguire should turn his back. He stood up. There's turning and there's like a little thing. If you got a ball blasted, you've got to do something. No,
you're not. No, you should stand up there and take it in his face on Monday. Take it like a big man.
I thought he stood up, but I'll have to check it again. I trust in Tyrone. Hi to Sean. Hi, Sean. How are you doing? He says, Maguire makes me sick. Wan-Bissaka is rubbish, and Rashford is rubbish as well. They're all rubbish, he's saying.
I love the way you subtitled that.
Sean again. Hi, Sean. Just by the way, Sean, welcome to the channel. I haven't seen you before, but thank you for coming on. He's saying Maguire celebrated when Everton scored. Check it out. I will just for that. And welcome. Barton saying, Ollie, I think we knew we could play a mid-block, low-line counter-attack, and it got us above Klopp. So this is endorsing Ollie, his system, his setup, the way we played. Saragon saying, honestly, Maguire ain't winning a title. Ain't a title-winning centre-back. He may not have been at total fault for the goal, but not Rio Stam level. Yeah, I agree with you there. Thank you, Saragon. That's what I'm saying. And there's a few other things here. Do you want to say hi to Ant Project? I think Ralph has lost interest now. He says, hi, Ant, how you doing? You have lost interest. Right. Welcome to the channel. Press the like button if you don't mind, Ant, while you're there. And finally, last one here, because Tyrone is one of my boys. I'm just going to shout him out. He says, Man United's issue was chance creation. Very boring to watch and a poor attacking display. Rashford was only good for us when we played counter-attacking football against a lone block. Useless. This is similar to what Bath Time's saying about under Ole, you know. So anyway, so anything you want to add to that? I was just say hi to Phil Palms, run them out of town, him say. Chase and crazy ballers out of town. Last time say there's about 25 years of research that concludes that a perfect base wages only work for short-term projects. And yeah, everyone else.
Can I say
just
so? Can I
find.
ask you something, Omondi? We
Yeah,
spoke
go ahead.
about our players, right? They had a player who played today who hasn't kicked a ball in months. Fabian Delph.
Yeah.
It makes me sick that a player who hasn't played that long can come in and put in a midfield performance like that. You see, when I say we need players who understand the role that they're supposed to be playing, he understood his remit today and played himself until he couldn't run no more. We don't have players like that in our team. Fabian Delph.
Well, Delph, I think he's been a good player. He's played at Manchester City, hasn't he? And he was moved to left back and, all around the team and he learned a lot of experience there. When he was at Leeds, I've got a good friend of mine who's a pro footballer. I'm not going to name him, but he said when this is like years ago when Delph was just coming through, when he was like 19, 20, he said Delph's going to be a Premiership player. He's at a Premiership level. At the time, they're playing League One Championship football. And he's always rated Delph highly. Obviously, he's come to Premiership football. He's played for good teams. And he had a good performance today. He was sort of like intercepting, cutting out balls, and playing it simple, that sort of thing. He's only small by stature. I know he's not a physical guy, but he played a good game today. Yeah, as he's saying here, he was aggressive and had that drive. So you have to give the guy credit. And obviously, I think it's a case of where's the motivation come from? You're talking about hunger. What gives you hunger? What gives you motivation? He's gone away. He's come back to a side who are under pressure. He's had injuries throughout his whole career. He's got a big opportunity here live on BT Sports at 12:30 kickoff against Man United, and he proved, put a shift in a good midfield, which was with Alan and himself and the goal scorer Gordon, I think it was as well.
Gordon.
So fair play to him. He deservedly got man in the match, and as you said, he ran his socks off until he couldn't run no more. So that's a good shout, man. Just want to say here, Phil's talking about injured players. We made a retired Dean Ashton look good. He'd put 2 past us. So Dean Ashton was another crook. I mean, he good player, big, strong, centre forward. And unfortunately, his career was plagued by injuries as well. So, yeah, good shout, everyone. Mr. B, there's a good shout by you. Next one, we're talking about Fred, because our midfield's going to be weak now. Fred had an injury. We're going to talk about Fred now. Fred's going to be out, guys. Going forward, what do you want to do about this? If you guys are managing the side, the question is, okay, Fred. And if you know the reggae tune by Dennis Brown, now I'm a yaga. Now we're in trouble. So Fred out. I know Solo's going to be gutted. Mr. B and people in the comments, what are we going to do without Fred for the rest of the season? I know Arsenal missed Partey today. And the left back Tierney, but we're missing Fred now. Does that mean Pogba comes in, or what would you do with this? Matic, how are we going to go forward with this? Because you're saying Pogba's walked already. We're missing Fred. How do we go forward, please, Mr. B?
I'm hoping, but there's nobody in the result. Let's be honest. There's nobody below what we've got, or they would have been here already. I'll be honest, Omondi, I'm not sure what he can physically do other than dropping Bruno a lot deeper and praying that he listens to instructions. I'm not having Pogba in that. I'm not having Pogba starting. Honestly, you know me, man. I love Pogba, but he has shown recently he doesn't care, and I want players who care. Fred cares. The one thing Fred might lack ability, but Fred cares. Yeah. So I'll be honest, Omondi. I don't know what he's gonna do. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Chew on this one. Box, enough respect. He's saying he'd play Matic, Bruno at 6, and Mata at 10. Talk to me.
Well, I mean, it can work, but Bruno, it's on Bruno. It's on Bruno. He's gonna have to sacrifice himself for the team, and is he willing to do that? This is what
another good shout here. Another good shout here from Bath Time. He's saying, get Jones back in defensive midfielder. Do you remember he done that role a couple of times under Fergie? And with Matic and Bruno playing as a free midfield.
So this is sorry. So this is
seriously.
Yeah. No, listen. This is what Man United have resorted to. This is the mighty Man United who are spending all this money. Have got this plethora of players. Come on, man. Let's be serious. We can't be Jones has played 1 game in 4 years. Yeah. He played 1 game this season and hasn't seen the pitch since. and then we're going to play him in central midfield. Yo, they're bunning the herbs here at Old Trafford, man. That can't work.
Just want to say hi to Vincent, hi to Alexandro. I'm asking you guys, Fred's out now. What do we do? What's the solution? We've already had a good one here from Box. Box is saying we play Matic and Bruno at 6 and Mata at 10. That's a 3-man midfield. Bartime wants to see a 3-man midfield as well. Mr. B is saying Pogba, don't want to see Pogba's face again back in the side. We're saying Bruno lacks discipline, says Tyrone. But if he played deeper, would you think he'd play a better game? Maybe
get on the
Jones,
ball more.
And a warrior. He's what we need. So we need that sort of firepower. Just a couple more here. Chris is saying, "Hi, Chris. How you doing?" Chris is saying Pogba should have been last year when he had no intention of staying. Managers have been weak with him, in his opinion.
I mean, what Pogba said on he said on international duty that it's like he had checked out. He said, "Oh, I can't remember the quote he used, but it was like, you know, there's nothing to play for." I actually think that the whole team have got that whole blasé attitude where they just want the season to finish regardless of whatever. You know, you've got 6 of them leaving or 5 of them definitely leaving. You've probably got another 5 who, depending on who the manager is, might want to leave. I think it's down to the club to start making these decisions. You know, don't leave it up to the players.
Last season when we knew, because I remember having a conversation with you on this show, on this platform, where you said the same thing, that if he's not going to sign a contract, let him go on. You know, put him on the back conveyor belt already.
This is what you mean. The thing is, they could have sold him. The problem with them, they wanted to get a fee for him. Oh, they wanted to get some of the £90 million. Well, if they had got rid of the 10 million, you know, got him off the wage bill and brought in, maybe not even Garner might not then have gone on loan. Garner might have been here earning his trade. You understand? There's so much fear about these players leaving. Oh, what we're going to do when they've gone? They're on the pitch and they're not even there, so they may as well have bloody gone.
So here, just as Phil's given up, I think he said, "Guys, why do we bother?" He said, "We love United, but they believe we are not important," meaning the fans. Times are tough. People are struggling financially to go to games. They look for small mercies to give hope. They don't care. Vincent's saying about the midfield now, because Fred's gone. It's all about Fred missing. He's played 1 league game and 2 friendlies behind closed doors. Talking about Jones. Phil Jones, the suggestion he could play midfield. Box is saying maybe Hannibal at 10 in the centre, Mata wide role, Sancho on the wing, Ronnie up top. There's a few different variables here about what we could do with our side. Play the reserves now. Season's over, since Chris. We discussed that earlier about bringing the reserve players in. Phil's saying Pogba out. He's gone. Love the guy, but get him out. Langer, Rashford as impact subs, says Box. Richard Herbert, how you doing, Richard Herbert? He says bring back Van der Beek. Play him. Let's see what he can do for us for the rest of the season. I don't know if we can. And finally, bath time, saying I'd have Pogba in a clown costume before the game, before he gets on the pitch, throw vegetable at him. Absolute disgrace. Best comment I've heard for a long time. Not that I want to sort of cuss Pogba, but it's funny. That's flipping funny. Run him out to blood clot, says Phil Palms. And Boxer says it's a shame we haven't got Ahmad, Donny van der Beek, Garner, Lard. These could have given us last 7 games something to see what they've got, what they could do. Yeah, good shout. All right, so Fred's gone. There's a few variables there about what we can do with the side going forward. And then lastly, this is the last point before you go into just like the final summary. I'll just put it like this: we couldn't crack an egg. I mean, who was the last game we had? Leicester. Leicester scored, and then suddenly we turned up and scored a goal, 1-1, and then it was dead. Today, we were down in 26 minutes, and then we couldn't crack an egg, meaning we couldn't break them down. We had this issue for a long time. There was nothing to fall back on. Granted, we did try. We were trying to probe and trying to do, but they defended really well. And in the Premiership, as Graham Potter said the other day, it's hard to score in the Premiership like this, especially when you're not a team and not playing well. So why can't we crack an egg? Why can't we break teams down? Why can't we just get, I don't know, it's like force our way and start banging goals. I just don't get it. 26 minutes gone, and we went the whole game, and I just knew we weren't going to score. What's going on, man? What do we need to do better than that? With our games, look, I know there's despair right now, but I'm just saying, with what we've got, what can we do to break teams down? I know it might be too late and everything else, but please, guys, If the flame ain't gone out yet, there must be some glimmer of hope. What can we do, Mr. B?
Well, first things first, I'd like to acknowledge Mr. Anthony Herbert's super chat. Big up. I won't be doing that, and it won't be all right in the morning.
Oh God.
And that is the beauty of super chat. We have no choice.
We have to read it.
If you want to get your comment up read, whatever time to cut our conversation, you just have to do what Mr. Herbert did. So, Mr. Herbert, thank you very much. You will now be blocked from my WhatsApp and my Twitter. Thank you very much. Sorry, what was he saying there?
We can't crack an egg. What's going on with us? 26 minutes gone. We couldn't crack an egg. We couldn't crack Everton, who, as someone said earlier, have conceded so many goals recently. They were easy target for us. It was like, yeah, we're going to score our goals in this game. We couldn't even score one. I mean, what's going on, Mr. B? What? And I'm saying, don't talk about next season. Just talk about the players we've got now and what we've got. Okay. How do you go forward by scoring goals? What can we do? Anything different?
I don't know what we do about scoring goals, but right now, I'm normally one for do this, do that. I look at the players we've got missing, and there's not much. There's not much that we've got left who can physically play. I'm worried on Monday because I don't know. I don't know. I knew you was going to ask me this question because I'd seen the banner, and I've spent a lot of the show, and I don't know. I can sit here and safely say I don't know. There's 18 of you, 17 of you guys watching. Please hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you
help us out, guys.
Yeah, it's a Monday. I don't know. I'm actually hoping that you're going to tell me what we're going to do to give me some belief, because see, look, and you're shaking your head. Even Cookie beside you is stuck.
I don't know. I want to ask the people in the comments as well. What can we do because look, why can't we break this team down? I mean, I know they defended well. Did we not get enough players in the box? Were we not whipping enough crosses in? I saw crosses coming from Tellez quite deep. Here's one. Sorry, I just want to grab to this one because Phil is hitting the nail on the head for me anyway. I just saw pace is slow and I thought, oh yeah, he's on something here. Playing too deep, no pattern to move the ball up the pitch quicker. Very good point. I'm with you on that. No tempo, no engagement or enrage.
I think that's no engagement. Yeah, no engagement.
No engage, okay, yeah. And no pressing as a team. So some of these points I agree with. I would like to see our fullbacks overlap and get to the byline and pass crosses across the 6-yard box. Don't whip crosses in from just inside.
So they go all the way over to the other side of the pitch. Yeah.
These defenders got all day that's bread and butter for them. It's our house. They clear that every day and night, you know. I just want to see more variety of play. I know it's maybe too late, but bomb on. Luke Shaw, like last season, bomb on and get to the byline and just pass it across the 6-yard box. That's how you score a lot of goals. Because defenders probably score no goal or defenders panicking that sort of ball. Like I say, you're feeding defenders balls that they would desire. It's bread and butter for them. It's like, you know, serving them up, spoon-fed with these long, high balls coming in. What I do like about Man United sometimes, like when Pogba's trying to play the ball one into feet, get the return, try to look to open things up. But sometimes when you're trying to be too intricate like that, it doesn't work because there's no imagination behind it. You might try a little something, but it's not. I don't think it's drilled. I want to see something that's like planned, hold it up,
system,
yeah, that kind of thing. Anything to add, lads, in the comments? How do we break teams down with what we got left? Any comments here?
See, they're as puzzled as we are, bro. They're as puzzled as we are. They're as puzzled as we are.
Obviously saying in the 7 fixtures versus Burnley, Norwich, Everton, home and away, Watford, we are losing 8-7 on aggregate. So these fixtures here, Burnley, home and away, Norwich, Everton, Watford.
Where would we Box, what have you done to me on a Saturday night? Why did you have to put that in? Box, I'm so glad that you're knowledgeable and I'm so glad that you're following the agenda. But that message there has cut my whole night off. Jesus.
I'm gonna try and forget that stat. I don't want that used against me, and I don't want it to come out of my mouth ever. That's disgusting. Vincent saying, "I'm fed up of this. I'm fed up of what I'm fed up of is the flooring is taking too long, and they're always too short. Okay, and about some long throws in the box and very readable throw-ins. Okay, good shot. I understand
no tactics.
Yeah, Richard saying players gone bad since all this with Greenwood. No desire, no confidence in playing, no morale. It's flat and we're lacking basic football. That's a good shout. Phil saying, press as a team, bring on youths. I like Phil. I like the way he talks.
He wants the kids. He wants the
Yeah.
kids.
That's
Save
how I
that.
spell youths. That's how I spell youths as well.
We got to
Yeah, I
save
like
it.
youths.
We've got to save it. We can't tarnish them. We can't tarnish them. I think the season's over. They don't need to be involved in the whole of this negative bullshit. Get them in when Teg Hard comes, so that there's that whole feel-good factor. I don't want them being tarnished with the negativity that these senior players are playing with, man. So I'm leaving the youths with the Z at home.
Yeah. Here's a comment here you're like. He said, bring back David Moyes, as we would say
Lord have
on
mercy.
Man United agenda.
Come on, box now.
The credit to David Moyes still. Moyes, I think he's done really well. Might have been on his face. He went to Sociedad, learned more about football, learned more about strategies and tactics, that kind of thing. He's come back now. He's got something to prove. He's got hunger. He's got hunger right now, and he's proven it. Good, fair play to him. Richard saying, Mr. B, my brother kissed Andy Cole at Ashton Gate when he played for Bristol City in 1992. And no one's got any. Look, I'm asking you guys about
because nobody knows. But Phil Palms has got that, bruv. Me and Phil Palms. Let's go and do this, bruv. Let's go and do this, yeah?
All right, we got 58 minutes, guys. We got 58 minutes. We're going to round up in a minute. I want to give it the floor to the Mr. B and the people in the comments. We're going to go through the side. Pick a player, guys, in the comments. Name a player that you want us to talk about performance-wise today. I was thinking about Ronaldo. He came back today. It was good to have him back in a way as spearhead our attack. What do we score De Gea? All right, what do you score De Gea? I've just said 5. I don't think he's done much special.
What is average 5? Yeah, let me get the average
5.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna make this quick. 5. Wan-Bissaka 3. Maguire 5. Including the own goal, including the goal.
Yep.
Lindelof 5. Teles, I'll give 5. Matic, I'm going to give Matic a 6 because I think he tried. Fred, I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 6 because he showed a little bit of something when he came on. Fred, I'm going to give a 5. He wasn't on the pitch long enough.
Bruno,
I'm giving a 4. Shocking display.
Sancho,
wasn't one of his best. Give him a 5.
Rashi,
4. Including the 2 chances. Alanga, he wasn't on the pitch long enough. I'll give him a 4.
And Ronaldo,
5.
Okay, so I've got a choice here. Do you want to talk about? Do you want to talk about quickly for the last couple of minutes? CR7, Bruno, or Maguire? There's 3. Santiago. All right, Santiago. Welcome to the channel. Who do you want to talk about?
You know what? I'm going to leave this one to you on Monday. I'm going to leave this one to you.
I'm going to pick Bruno. I'm going to pick Bruno. Bedtime in says Bruno. Let's talk about Bruno. So I thought Bruno today showed that ball he played for Rashford. He shows a lot of quality, technical qualities that he's got. As it was said earlier in the comments by Tyrone, by a few other heads, they were saying it's a mental thing. He doesn't play the midfield free. Bath time was saying that he doesn't play the midfield free, and he's sort of he's killing us in a way, because if we played as a free in midfield, he would have got back, he would have stopped that goal, that kind of thing. So I'm frustrated once again with Bruno. I heard the commentators on the show saying, "Oh, Bruno, it's good for him playing high up the pitch. He gets a lot of he creates a lot of chances. He does A, B, and C stats, goals, that kind of thing." I don't like it. I think he, like I keep saying, he's cheating us. And Bruno, as good as play is, I see some wonderful things he's done today on the ball. I just don't like his positioning, and that's something that's got to change, and that's something he needs to come out of. I
think that's a manager. I think that's a manager thing. I really do believe that it has to be a manager telling him where to play. You can't have a man just running about all over the place wherever he wants.
Yeah,
there has to be discipline.
Yep. Okay, just last comments, and we're going to shut it down. I don't want to go over an hour. Vincent said, "Don't know your Saturday night's going to be rubbish when you got a big, them big earphones on. I bet you get some scrub tunes and wipe out the crap that's gone on today." Him, Bruno, bedtime saying Bruno's like Forrest Gump. He's an absolute cretin at 99% of the basics. That's your part time. Box is saying we need more from Bruno. His creativity is a luxury in a poor side. It's a good comment. Phil saying team ethics should come first. And final one for me before we shut down. Bruno plays like a method. Oh my god. Oh my god. I wouldn't want to get in a cussing match with our man here. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, there's 15 people in the comments. We've got an hour. We tried to talk about our team without cracking up and getting sectioned out here. It's really bad. I've had a really rough day because of this. Mr. B, it's a pleasure working with you again. I love doing business with Mr. B. We discussed it. We still haven't concluded what's going to happen for the next 7 games. I want to say thank everyone in the comments as well for coming through and representing for us. Don't forget, before we leave, press that like button. Just do that for us. One little thing, press the like button and we move forward. We will have a show on Monday night. I've promised as well, I'm going to try and do a tactical breakdown if I've got the time, because I think we deserve, after today, it's back. We need to do this. And I would like Mr. Bath Time also, because I think Bath Time is absolutely brilliant when it comes to tactical knowledge of football. I'd like him to represent. Hopefully you'll be on our show on Monday night. You've been invited, Bath Time. I'm saying we want to see you there. So guys, the comments are coming through. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We've been the Man United Agenda, and we're going to sign out, not with the Ollie song, because Ollie's long gone. We're going to sign out with the standard signing out tune, just to keep you guys happy and sweet. Mr. B, have a lovely evening. Any last words?
It's probably not going to be lovely, but it will be a messy one.
All right, and come on, Aston Villa. Let's beat Tottenham. Anyway, God bless, guys. We'll see you on Monday night, and it's been a disappointment today. So.
Hello.